Today, we are taking the very first look at the Chestnut Move. The very first time that this board is in the hands of an independent reviewer. This board, in case you are not aware, is a fully autonomous board, meaning all of the pieces are able to move simultaneously for any position during your chess game. So you can set up this board on your table and click play, and the board will completely play for both sides every single move in any chess game that you want it to. This board is able to connect online to sites like chess.com and lichess.org. It is able to import Fen codes for chess puzzles from, for example, from a chess puzzle book or from online. It's also able to interpret voice commands. So I can tell this board, please set up the chess.com daily puzzle, and it will automatically do that for me. This board is a marvel of technology and is exactly what we've been waiting so long for, but all of that is just marketing. Today, we're going to see exactly what this board is capable of by taking the very first look. Now, there's a couple things I still need to wait for, such as I think the app needs another update before I can fully use it for the board. Some of the items in here are obviously prototype editions, so it's not going to look just like the first batch of the move, but this is going to give us a very good idea of how the board works, and I'm super excited to open this thing up. Let's get started. Knife, please. Let's hack this open. Here we have the box. So I received the Chestnut Evo a while ago, and the box was pure white, just like this one. However, once I got the final edition, not a prototype board, into the studio, the box actually had printing all over it, and it looked really nice. Here, the lid is off, and I'm gonna give you guys the first look at this. You guys are gonna see this before I do. There we go. Peel off that. And there it is. Oh, wow. Look at that. What is this thing in the center? Okay, this is the charging pad. So all of the pieces are little robots. Each one has wheels inside of them. Let's take it. Oh, wow. It like rattles a little click. I think that's the wheels. That is the wheels. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I hope you guys can see that well. But here we have the bottom is fully enclosed. There's these two little wheels on the side here. And then what looks like a little plug. That is incredible. Check that out. Look at that. Right there. Beautiful. And then this is the wooden edition of the set. They also are selling a plastic version of the Chestnut Move. And if you'd like to pre-order either this set or any, so the plastic set or the wooden set here, you can use my discount code chessusee316, and you can save 20% off your pre-order of the board. So let's look at the knights. Whoa, that is detailed. It looks like all of these pieces, they all have the bottom for them. It's like gold is what I'm seeing here. Ooh. Ooh, this one, the glue fell off. Look at that. So it's like a hollow piece on the inside. It's wood piece. And then this is the battery. Look at that. There's the battery in there. And then the base, I think it's plastic. There's some metal in here. There's some screws on the bottom. But here's the battery. So I was actually wondering if the battery is replaceable. And if you take off the glue here of the piece itself, and you pull that off, I do believe you could change the battery. I'm a little hesitant to pull it off right now just because I want to give this a shot before I start messing with the internal electronics of the board. But I'm actually glad that that came off so we could get a look inside at what the battery looks like of the pieces. Oh, that is so cool. Okay, so this is a 3D printed charging pad here. These little white corners look like LEDs. So I believe these will turn red when they're charging and then green when the piece is fully charged. But let's stick one on here and just see. Oh, that's cool. It like clicks in place. That is awesome. So what does this then take? USB-C. Just your standard USB-C charging port on this. Let's see what else comes in here. We got some wires. Pop them out. Or pop them down, actually. It'll work better. So let's see. We've got 2 white cables in the box. Pop this out. This is USB-C to USB-C connection. So we have that right there. USB-C to USB-C. This one here, also USB-C to USB-C. Normally there's a USB, just like a normal USB output, so that you can plug this into a wall or into a charging port. I don't know why that's not the case. All right, let's pop all of these out. These are like full tournament sides too, in case you're wondering. Take every single one out of their cases. And I do want to show you guys these. And we will be taking a closer look at them shortly too. Moisture packets in there. Here we have the pawns. Once again, all of these are wooden pieces. They do have very nice wood grain. I do like that. And then the bottom is the same for all of the sets, for all of the pieces. 2 wheels on either side. And then in the rear, there's a little charging port for all of these. So connect those on there. And then they seem to stick really nice. One thing that I was told by the Chestnut representative is that before they sent me this set, they made a last-minute adjustment or a change to make every single one of these pieces universal. So every piece has the same base, which means they will connect anywhere on here, and they will all charge regardless of location. Also, that does mean that it's going to be a lot easier if a piece breaks to replace it, because you just order the standard base and it will work for any of your pieces. Okay, here is the bishop. A slit right there. Kind of a more modern feel, more modern take on the bishop here. Here's a black one for comparison. They are wood. It looks like maple, boxwood perhaps. I don't know, but they look very nice. The wood is not disappointing to me at all. High quality wood. We already looked at the rooks. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the rook style. Kind of looks a little tubular, like a tube, but it is in line with the rest of the set, which is a more modern take. They give us 2 queens, so you get 2 queens for each side. Very, very important. Again, more of a modern take, which means less detailed, except for the knights. The knights are incredibly detailed. This is so actually really nice. Like the pieces, they click in place and it's so nice. And then these ones here are our kings. Kind of like a Staunton design is what we're seeing here. But really, really good looking. My personal preference, of course, is not modern styles for the pieces. But for a piece of like engineering like this, something that's a little bit more futuristic, a little bit more modern, I think actually suits it really nicely. Being one of the first boards ever to be able to move the pieces. There have been boards in the past that have been able to move the pieces. The difference, though, is that they usually have an arm on the inside of the board that will move one piece at a time, and the pieces are magnetic recognition. This board is chip recognition, so every single piece has a unique chip inside of it. And what that does, the reason why that's really important, is that it will tell the board, this is, for example, a black queen. So if you take off multiple pieces off the board and put them on randomly, the board will know exactly which piece is where. Something that none of the other electronic boards were able to do unless they also put in a chip, which I have not seen many other companies do. Very important. I don't want to throw shade on any one board, but for example, these square off boards, they have the square off swap, which does move pieces on its own. That board uses magnet recognition, so it often gets confused. I have a friend who owns the board, and it can get confused if the pieces aren't center, and it'll lose track of what pieces are where. I bought the rollable square off board, where it's a silicon board. First electronic rollable board, super, super cool. But it also had an issue with the pieces were only magnet recognition. So the board got confused very frequently. And it was kind of not very satisfying. Rather frustrating, in fact. Okay, so here we have board. So once again, I'm going to give you guys the very first look at the board, even before I see it. And here we go. Let me get a finger in there, and whoa! I'm looking at the camera screen right now. Whoa! Oh, that is cool looking. Oh my goodness, look at that. Whoa. There it is. Let me get this off. There it is. Look at the size of this thing. This is huge. Like, this is full tournament size. 2.25 inch squares by 2.25 inches. I think that's standard for tournament sets. It feels really solid. There's like nothing shaking inside. Wow. Now let's look on the back. On the back, there's these little rubber pads on the corners, rounded rubber pads. That's going to keep the board off of the surface and not scratch your table. Oh, and the display is nice. Pardon the noise. I know there's a train in the background. Hope you guys can't hear that too much. But here it is. Those are the buttons on the board. Again, I'll show this a little bit better in future videos, but we have, what are these? These are metal buttons. The whole display here is metal. Got a little speaker there, the volume, or the power button right there, Bluetooth here, M, and then an image of a hand playing with a piece, and then a USB-C charging port. So not entirely sure what these two mean, but that would be something that I will find out very soon. Okay, so as you guys may have noticed, this board right here, this is not a perfect square. Why? Because when the board captures a piece, it needs somewhere to drive the piece to. Like I showed you with all of the pieces, they all have two wheels inside of them, which means they can drive themselves on the board's surface. And these margins over here are where the pieces will end up at the end of that. So after a piece is captured, you could leave it here on the margin of the board, or you could take it off the board, whatever you like better. We see two Chestnut logos on the side. Looks really nice. I am actually really impressed, at least with just the looks of this board. Wooden pieces, the board itself. This is not light, by the way. This is like, it doesn't feel plasticky, even though I would assume it does have plastic components. But it feels really high quality. The surface here is, there's no seams between this. I don't know what kind of board surface this is. Smooth, nice. We have coordinates on here, A through H, 1 through 8. So you could play on this just like a normal tournament board with the chess coordinates if you like. There, boop. There we go. I'm gonna set this up. Now, I don't think it matters which direction the wheels are facing, because when the pieces do need to move, they're going to move however they need to. They'll reorient themselves. Put them all on. Yep, king there. White queen always goes on the white square. So you can see the number 1 is up here, number 8 is down here. 1 is where the white pieces go, 8 is where the black pieces go. Rooks here. I'm noticing as I'm putting down these pieces, they have rubber pads on them. like the wheels are rubber coated. So I feel there's actually a good amount of traction here. Let's see. They do rattle a little bit, but I don't know how you really get around that if you do want to have pieces that have wheels that can move. I don't know how you get around the rattle. They do have these little plastic bits on the bottom of the pieces that helps counteract the wheel wiggle. But that is all right. I'm going to be very forgiving with a set like this, partially because as a non-engineering person, I have no idea how you would make something like this without wheels. And so I think there's just some things that, because the pieces move themselves, you can't really fault the company. You can't really fault the design, because you got to think, how else are you going to make these pieces move? Like internal arms, then you have normal piece bottoms. There's no rattle or anything, but then you can only move one piece at a time. Like this, you have to do like little robots, essentially is what all of these are. And that's how the pieces move. But yeah, I mean, this is just amazing. If you really want like the perfect chessboard experience with, everything exactly how you want it, you're probably looking at just buying your own wooden set that's not electronic, because you can specify literally everything. But with a board like this, honestly, I'm really happy with this. I think it looks phenomenal. I'm really happy about this, and I can't wait to try this out. But this is all I wanted to do for today, was just show you guys the board is here. Here's what it looks like. And as for powering it on and trying it out, I'm going to put that into another video where I'll have some more time to charge up the board. I think the board, usually when they arrive, the battery is dead or whatever. So I'll plug it in. The pieces also do need to charge. They have internal batteries. They're robots. So I'm going to put them onto their charging pad right here, charge them up. And once everything is ready to go, I will sit down and I will shoot a full video where we're going to just play a game against the board and watch how all the pieces move. That, I think, is the deciding factor for this board, is how well does it actually work. We need to see this in action. I want to know how loud are the pieces. I want to know how quickly the pieces move. I want to see the piece centering. I want to see how long it takes to charge the pieces, how long it takes to charge the board. I want to test a whole lot of stuff with this, and it's going to take a while. So stick around, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss the videos that are coming out in the future, where I will be testing this thing out, and we're going to see really what can this thing do. I am really, really excited about that. I'm so much looking forward to it. So make sure you're subscribed. Once again, if you'd like to pre-order the Move here with either the wooden pieces or with the plastic pieces, you can use my discount code chessusee316, and that will save you 20% off your board during the pre-order time frame. Once again, that is a way to support me and my work. So if you do use my discount code, thank you very, very much. All right, that is it for today's video. Just wanted to get this out here and get this on camera. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.